What's up, gamers? All right, that's super cheesy. I won't start the intro like that. What's up, guys? It's Jason with Overthink Gaming. Today, I want to talk about our boy Dreamcast Guy, but more specifically, I want to talk about the Xbox because, like most of you guys, I'm pretty excited about the news that we just got about the new Xbox coming out, the Xbox Series X. But first, let's talk about Dreamcast Guy, which is probably which is the huge inspiration across this video. Now, we all know Dreamcast lies. You know, we all know he gets caught up in his lies, and that dude lies more than any YouTuber in the gaming scene that I know. I mean, this dude gets caught up in everything. Now, I'm gonna tell a quick backstory in case you guys do not know. Most of you guys know what he did is supposedly somebody that worked at PlayStation ended up contacting him and gave him some specs about the PS5, some breaking news that nobody knew. So he made a video on it right away, and he got exposed like crazy because people were making fun of him. The specs were wrong. They were like all wrong. And so he ended up taking down the video. And, you know, he said that he would never do that again, that he would run anything specs through people and stuff like that. It was just really funny, man. That's the PS5. But we're going to talk about his videos on the Xbox. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this video because it wasn't a very popular video. But back on January 1st, 2018, it's about to be 2 years. So 2 years ago, he made a video stating that he had some info on the new Xbox coming out, which is what just got announced right now. So he said the Xbox would be dropping in 2019, which it's already going to end. 2019 is going to end, but the news was going to be announced in 2018, but the actual console was going to be dropped in 2019. Now, he said he has a friend that works at Microsoft in the hardware department or something with hardware, and that's where he's getting his info from. And he also said it was going to be called the Xbox 2. Yes, like 1, 2, the Xbox 2, which I think is a stupid name. And I remember hearing him like constantly in a podcast and through his videos, he just constantly calls it the Xbox 2. But I'm gonna show this clip real quick just so in case you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
So I have a friend who works inside Microsoft, and occasionally they whisper stuff to me that they're probably not supposed to say. Now, one of the things they've been talking to me about is an Xbox console, a new Xbox console. From what my friend is telling me, it really sounds like they're aiming for 2019. If we actually got an Xbox 2, because really internally that's what I hear they're calling it, if it's coming out in 2019, it means that they're probably going to have to announce it by late this year. If you're trying to get an Xbox 2 out in 2019, the Xbox 2 needs to be on store shelves in 2019.
So the main video I want to talk about Dreamcast Guy and the Xbox is one that he put out on December 2nd, 2019. Remember that day, December 2nd, 2019. Now, on December 2nd, he put out a video titled Xbox Scarlet is already behind PS5. No games, no question mark, exclamation mark, no games. Like there's no games at all.
Microsoft's next home console may already be in trouble, and obviously it's not even technically revealed yet. But certainly, due to these latest leaks, it seems like pretty much nobody right now is even working on games for it, and this is a very, very bad sign.
According to Dreamcast Guy, nobody is working on games for the next gen Xbox console. Not even Microsoft, nobody is working on games. Nobody.
So what's going on specifically is that there were a bunch of leaks this weekend revolving around the PlayStation 5. This weekend we actually saw some really HD photographs coming out of the dev consoles, the controller itself, and sort of learning more concrete facts about it. And it kind of actually raised a question, which is people were saying, where is the Xbox Scarlet? How is it that we have so many photographs and really concrete things about the PlayStation 5, and yet nobody's managed to slip out a picture of an Xbox Scarlet development kit?
All right, this is what's funny. Dreamcast Guy is basically saying the reason why nobody is working on Xbox games is because there's been no leaked photos of an Xbox dev kit. Like, check that out. Like, think about that. Let it sink in your head. Because there's been no leaked photos like the leaked ones of the PS5. Yes, we got leaked photos of the PS5, but honestly, I think it's a possibility that they were leaked on purpose by Sony. There's so many strict NDAs out there. Nobody's trying to get fired. And if you look at it, they showed a lot in that picture. I mean, you can see the background and stuff like that. If Sony wanted to get behind it, I'm pretty sure they could. But honestly, come on, there's no leaked photos, so that's why Dreamcast Guy says that. Stupid. Anyways.
Nobody right now seemingly has an Xbox Scarlet. So one of the things that actually was said this week was by Tom Warren. This is the senior editor over at The Verge. This guy is super deep in the tech industry. If things happen, they cross his ear. They're on his desk as soon as they manage to come out. And something he said is that pretty much nobody currently has a freaking development kit for the Xbox Scarlet. And honestly, it sounds like a lot of game developers are being frustrated by this. Why is it that there's not actually some Xbox Scarlets out there? What is really holding this up? Well, according to these statements, the problem is the Xbox Scarlet isn't done. It is behind schedule. Microsoft is currently trying to rush it to really hit the November 2020 release date.
All right, so the inspiration behind this video is because Todd Warren, a senior editor at The Verge, came out with a statement saying that nobody has dev kits out there, third-party developers haven't come out. I mean, there's NDAs. I don't think people are gonna come out and say, yes, we're working on an Xbox game at the risk of getting fired. No matter who asks you, who comes up, somebody popular in the journalism or wherever, you're just not going to answer. You're not going to risk that crap. So when I heard that statement that, it came out, everyone was talking about it, I didn't believe it, man. I didn't want to run with it and start rumors and shit like that over that. I honestly didn't believe it, but who knows? Maybe there was something behind it. Maybe, I don't know. But Dreamcast Guy certainly did run with this and made the video. All right, this is my favorite part of the video. So we all know what Dreamcast Guy has done in the past. When the Switch came out, the Switch Lite came out, he ended up saying, oh, this is perfect timing. My Switch right here, something was wrong with the screen, and he used a Google image, and it wasn't even like his screen that was broken. It was so funny. I ended up Googling it and finding it. I was like, oh my God, that's bad. And then he also did this with the Piranha Plant DLC. Basically on Smash, the new update that was bringing out the Piranha Plant DLC was corrupting Switches. But if you actually updated the game, you would have the Piranha Plant as one of your characters in there. And he was showing his Switch, and the Piranha Plant wasn't in there, so he got busted right away. So what Dreamcast Guy likes to do is he reads something, whether it's an article, whether something's happening, like if it seems like it's a hot topic, he'll just make up a live scenario. And this is my favorite part of the video. So basically he takes the concept of, these devs being in the dark without a dev kit. They're basically developing games on the computer, but they don't have a dev kit to test the system on. So he comes out with this scenario of him working a job in the dark. Like, he explains it, like, he takes a while to build up to it, but like, check it out. It's pretty fucking fake. I don't believe any of it. I don't know. You guys gotta check it out. Let me know what you think.
I've worked a lot of bad jobs. I've actually had to do a lot of things just to try and survive. And something I did at one point is, for a short time, I did construction. I had to go to different sites and do all sorts of just really very strenuous manual labor to try and just basically eat. And what would happen is I worked for this construction company that would basically send me to a different site each day. You'd be building a batting cages one day, you're moving girders around with a forklift one day. But what happened this one day is that they were building a giant garage for auto mechanics, one of those car repair shops. And they had hollowed out the underground where all the machinery would be to power lift all the vehicles. And they decided to just lower me down in there and try and clean up. They had basically been using like cement saws and stuff, so there was tons of cement dust underneath, so they just decided to give me a ladder, lower me into the underground, and try and clean up. Except the building was not complete, so I had to walk around in the dark for 8 hours. In pitch black, I was trying to sweep up dust. Just with a dustpan, literally sweeping things up with a broom and dustpan for 8 hours in solid darkness. And occasionally the foreman would come by with a light and literally shine his cell phone at the ground so I could see what I'd missed. Going around in the dark was so frustrating. It was so freaking confusing because I couldn't tell how much I had actually done. And at times, when I see the frustration of these game developers, it reminds me of that time of just being stuck, of knowing you're working, but not know how much work you're getting done.
So on December 12th, 2019, 10 days after Dreamcast made that No Games video, the Game Awards happened. And at the Game Awards, Microsoft came out and announced the next generation Xbox called the Xbox Series X. Not the Xbox 2, the Xbox Series X. Now, everyone was hit by surprise. Nobody was expecting this. I didn't hear any of the game channels talking about the rumors of this coming out. It was a surprise to everyone. Now, that lets me know right away that Microsoft's keeping their shit tight. They're low-key. They're not leaking anything. They're not leaking dev kits. They know what they're doing. I think even Sony knows what they're doing. So I honestly think it is a possibly it was a leak on the dev kits. Who knows? I may be wrong on that, but I do strongly believe that the companies are holding on to their secrets and keeping a close eye on it. So I was pretty excited about the design. The design looks like a PC tower. It looks a little different. First, I was like, okay, I was making fun of it. I was laughing. But once it sunk in, like a whole day went by, I was like, you know what? This is pretty tight. It made me want the new Xbox that's coming out. Like, that's all I saw was the way it looked. But I did see the preview of Hellblade 2. And that shit looks good. Like, it looked realistic when I saw the graphics. It was crazy. So I told you guys, remember the date, December 2nd, right? December 2nd, 2019, when DreamCastGuy made the video, no games will, on the day of the awards, of course, he has to put out videos right away. December 12th, 10 days later, he made this statement. Like, listen to it. Listen to his words, how different they are. He never admitted that he was wrong about the Xbox 2, never did admit that he was wrong, that it didn't come out in 2019, and he certainly didn't admit that 10 days before he said that it had no games. And this is a statement.
And yo diggity dog, did I love the reveal of Senua Saga. It is Hellblade 2. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of Ninja Theory, but wozers, this is some truly next-gen graphics. And I think it's definitely getting me excited about the idea that Microsoft is finally realizing what they did wrong this generation. They've been purchasing a bunch of game studios in anticipation for what's coming over the horizon, this next gen. So the fact that they're already working on so many games, and they were very clear to talk about how they're already working on tons more, this is very, very exciting.
All right, guys, man, Dreamcast lies, Dreamcast lies, Dreamcast lies. Like, that dude is full of shit. Like, it sucks that guys like Spawnwave have him on his Spawncast. The fact that this guy is in the position that he is because this dude just gets caught lying, video after video. This dude makes video just for clickbait, just for views, and he's full of shit. I have no respect for DreamCastGuy, and I hope you don't either.